Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 1, that is introduction to power system protection. Here we are going to discuss about the topics like need for protective schemes, nature and cause of faults. As we know about that power system is nothing but a combination of generation system plus transmission system plus distribution system. This is called as a power system. So in power system, where generation system, transmission system and distribution system has been connected together, and we are sending that electrical power from sending end location to the receiving end location, while we are transferring that electrical power from sending end location to the receiving end location, where generators, transformers, transmission lines and distribution lines are connected together. By the time some of the electrical power system equipment has been exposed to atmosphere, there may be a chance to get short circuit. Due to this short circuit, the system equipment may get damaged because of the flow of high current through it. In order to protect that our power system equipments and its associated equipments like loads, industries, home appliances, all the application devices, right from various faults and abnormal conditions. In this scenario, we have to use a proper protective scheme. So there is a need for protective scheme. So the need is to isolate the faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system, as to overcome that loss to the system and to improve that economical benefits and to provide a continuity of electrical power supply. So therefore short circuits and other abnormal conditions are often occur on a power system. It's a common thing where we are seeing that many short circuits which takes place on the power system. Therefore, once a short circuit happens, it is associated with heavy currents. By the time heavy current is passed over through the other equipment, which may cause damage. So in order to isolate that healthy section of the system and faulty section of the system, there should be proper protective schemes, devices which has to work for various locations as to protect the remaining healthy equipments and the systems, like from faulty equipment and from the fault current or from the danger current or from the heavy current or from the high current. Therefore, a suitable protective relays and circuit breakers has to use to protect that entire our power system and its associated loads. So if suitable protective relays and circuit breakers are not provided, then faults are more. Then fault current reaches our healthy equipment also, that equipment may get damaged, the total system becomes collapse. Therefore short circuits are usually called faults which are created by our power engineers, because we given chance to get a faults because our transmission lines and distribution lines are exposed to atmosphere. Definitely there is a chance, like from lightning strokes, storms, heavy winds, and from animals, birds, even from human intervention actions and geographical earthquakes. From all these cases, there is a chance for getting that electric short circuits or open circuit problems where we are not providing that continuity of electrical power supply. Therefore, strictly speaking, so loudly we can speak about the term like fault. Simply it means defect. Some defects other than short circuits are also termed as faults. For example, I would like to say one best example about the failure of conducting path. The failure of the conducting path due to break in a conductor is a type of fault. If a conductor which breaks between the two successive poles or between the two successive insulators, if the conductor which is not falling on the ground, hence it is a open circuit fault. If any one of the conductor at either side of the supporting structure, if it touches that ground, hence there exists that a fault which is called as line to ground fault. So like that, there are different kinds of faults are there, like symmetrical and asymmetrical faults. But definitely if a conductor may get damaged, means there is a chance for getting that fault. If a fault occurs in an element of a power system, an automatic protective device is needed to isolate the faulty element as quickly as possible to keep that healthy section of the system in normal operation. Otherwise, the faulty element, due to that faulty element, high current will flow through the device. If it is not isolated, definitely that high current will flow through that normal or healthy equipment, and that equipment may cause damage due to the flowing of this high current. So as early as possible, once a fault or short circuit happen to any system, immediately we have to isolate that faulty element and healthy element, or faulty section of the system, or from the healthy section of the system. Therefore the fault must be cleared. Within a fraction of a second. If a short circuit persists on a system, that means if we are encouraging a short circuit problem for a longer time, it may cause to damage some important sections of the system, not only that faulty section of the system. So a heavy short circuit current may cause a fire. That fire spread to the entire system, and the total entire system may damage. So the system, and also that the system voltage may reduce to a low level once a short circuit happens, because under short circuit condition voltage becomes near to zero and current becomes as infinity or maximum. Therefore once a short circuit or a fault happened, it caused to get a low voltage like individual generators in a power system or a group of generators. If a fault happened to the entire power station, there is a chance for getting either low voltage and for high currents on individual generators or a group of generators. That depends upon the population of the equipment, how it is connected between station and the generators. So in different power stations, it may lose synchronism because of this short circuit fault. Thus an uncleared heavy short circuit may cause the total failure of the system. So definitely we have to protect that healthy section of the system right from the faulty section of the system. There should be used proper protective devices for each section. So a protective system includes generally like circuit breakers, transducers, which consists of current transformers, voltage transformers, protective relays, as to isolate faulty section of the power system from the healthy sections. Because a power system, if it consists of like circuit breaker, as to make the circuit and to break the circuit, and also consists of like transducers like current transformers, voltage transformers, which are suitably stepped down to suitable current and suitable voltage, like low voltage and low currents, which has been read by the meters. Because high currents and high voltage, it is not possible to read that direct current and direct voltage with any meter, because the size of the meter becomes too much. So instead of that one, and also instead of to make very convenient and so comfort, generally we are stepped down to a suitable current and suitable voltage, where we are going to sense or read, or to where we are measuring that current and voltage. So suitable protective relays isolates that faulty section of the system and from the healthy section of the system also. So a circuit breaker can disconnect the faulty element of the system when it is called upon to do so by the protective relay. If a relay gives signals to circuit breaker, it makes the circuit and breaks the circuit. It isolates that faulty section of the system and the healthy section of the system. The current transformer, voltage transformers are used to reduce the currents and voltage to lower values, and also to isolate the protective relays from high voltage of the power system during short circuit condition. Therefore, the function of a protective relay is to detect, to locate, to issue a command signal to circuit breaker as to make the circuit and to break the circuit, and to isolate that faulty section of the system onto the healthy section of the system. So a protective relay is simply called as a device which senses abnormal conditions on a power system by constantly monitoring the electrical quantities of the systems which differ under normal and abnormal conditions. For suppose in normal condition, the basic electrical quantities like voltage, current, real power and reactive power are near to the rated value or less than the rated value. But under abnormal conditions, the same basic electrical quantities like line voltage, line current, line real power, line reactive power, which are likely to change because of short circuits and open circuits. Therefore, protective relays utilize one or more of these quantities to detect that abnormal conditions on a power system. Therefore, once the line electrical quantities or line parameters, if it changes its values and which is deviated greater than the rated value, automatically the relay has to sense any one of the parameter like voltage, current, real power and reactive power. Automatically it gives the command signal to the circuit breaker as to break the circuit and to break the circuit as to isolate that faulty section of the system right from the healthy section of the system. Therefore, protection is needed not only against short circuits but also against other abnormal conditions which may arise on a power system. So a short circuit happen, or the cause of short circuit not only always like a external effects but also from the internal effects or from the internal system. If any internal one of the element or equipment may get damaged, the overall system functioning may get damaged due to that flowing of high currents, or otherwise we have to protect it. So few examples of other abnormal conditions are like overspeed of generators. There is a chance to get over excitation and over voltage has been generated. Motors has to run with more amount of speed, that more mechanical force is not possible to bear by that motor. Easily the motor may get damaged. Over voltage, under voltage, loss of frequency, increasing of frequency, loss of excitation, overheating of like stator and rotor of an alternators may also cause to get damage. So protective relays are also provided to detect such abnormal conditions which are takes place in the system and given a signal or alarm to alert the operators as to trip the circuit breaker and to protect the system. Therefore, a protective relay does not anticipate or prevent the occurrence of a fault, but definitely it identifies, it locates the fault and given a command signal to the operating people as to trip the circuit breaker manually or automatically. So in this scenario, there is a Buchholz relay as gas actuated relay. The purpose of Buchholz relay and gas actuated relay is to protect the power transformers right from short circuits. Once the transformer oil, it's like mineral oil which loses that mechanical strength, automatically there is a chance for getting the short circuit within the transformer. As to identify that kind of information, like a relay which is placed in the transformer called Buchholz relay as gas actuated relay. So the Buchholz relay as gas actuated relay actually sense that the short circuits which has happened inside of the transformer oil whenever it loses its mechanical strength. So by that here we are going to protect the transformer and its operating devices. So there should be a proper relay which has to be work to identify the fault event to given the signal as to protect that equipment. Otherwise the total 100% cost of the equipment may get damaged. So at least if we are going to identify or locating the signal before it going to cause a damage, then there we are going to save the cost of the equipment. The cost of the protective equipment generally works out of be about 5% of the total cost of the system. For suppose if that current reaches that protective equipment, the protective equipment may get damaged whose cost is just 5% of the principal amount. So then it is not at all a big problem. But if a total principal equipment may get damaged, it is a huge damage to the system. So this is about the topic called as need for protective schemes. Now we are going to discuss one more topic, that is called as nature and cause of faults. What is meant by nature and cause of faults? Why that the statement has been stated as nature and cause of faults? Because there is a chance to cause a fault because of the nature. According to environmental condition also, there is a chance for getting that faults. Let us see that how a nature is related to cause for a fault. So faults are caused either by insulation failures or by conducting path failures. The failure of insulation results in short circuits which are very harmful as they damage some equipment of the power system. So most of the faults on transmission distribution lines are caused by over voltages due to lightning, switching, surges, or by external objects which may fall on the overhead lines. So over voltages are also caused to get like lightning, strokes, switching surges, cause of flashover on the surface of the insulators which results in short circuits or punctured insulators. Sometimes certain foreign particles, that means more dust which may place on the insulator equipment may get damaged due to the increasing of high electron count. This reduces their insulation strength and causes flashovers. Therefore, short circuits are also caused by tree branches or other conducting objects which may fall on the overhead lines. Sometimes bots also may cause, sometimes bots also may cause for getting that short circuits when the two bodies touch each other, two buds which is sitting opposite each other from one conductor by another conductor, there exists that double L fault. If the conductors are broken, there is a failure of the conducting path. If the conductor becomes open circuited, there is no flow of current and continuity has been broken. So if the broken conductor falls to the ground, it results in a short circuit, joint failures or cables overhead lines which may cause the failure of conducting path. Therefore, the opening of one of two of three phases makes that system unbalanced. If the system unbalanced, the line voltage, line currents are not same from one phase by another phase, where the phase sequence like R followed by Y, Y followed by B. So unbalanced currents may flowing in rotating machines which set up like harmonics, thereby heating the machines in short periods of time. Unbalancing of the lines is not allowed in the normal operation of the power system. So other cause of faults of the overhead lines are like direct lightning strokes, aircrafts. Due to the heavy wind, the two lines that touch each other, there exists that triple L fault or double L fault. Snakes, when it is flowing, when snake is moving from one line by another line, ice, snow loading, which reduces that insulation strength, abnormal loading, too much loading also draws more amount of current, it results that short circuits. Storms, earthquakes, creepers, small plants are the reasons for getting that short circuits. In case of cables, transformers, generators and other equipments, overheating of that equipment due to the moisture, over voltage, mechanical damage, accidental contact with earth screens, flashovers are also cause for getting that damage. Sometimes circuit breakers may trip due to errors in the switching operation like testing, maintenance, wrong connections, defects in the protective devices like loses that mechanism or loses that spring friction. Certain faults occur due to the poor quality of the system components. So we have to increase that system quality by increasing that system design by using components materials like good quality and better operation. There we can overcome all these kind of faults. Thank you.